Yo, what's up guys, it's Goblin here, back to this new episode. In today's video, I'm gonna give you guys a masterclass on Mega Draft. I have already played a lot of Mega Draft matches recently. As you guys can see here, I haven't lost a single match yet. Hopefully I'm not gonna jinx myself, but this is an awesome game mode since it's level 11 cap. Everyone can play it, no heroes, no evolutions, and I feel like it's actually skill based. If you know what you're doing, that's exactly what I'm gonna try and help you guys with in today's video. So first of all, what do you do when you see all these cards? What do you look out for? What do you want to pick? What is important while playing this game mode? Well, first of all, I always personally look at the spells. I don't see a single big spell right here. So for example, Zappies and Magic Archer are gonna be great picks. Why? Because there's no way of killing them directly. There's no fireball, no poison, no, well, lightning isn't great, but no big spells, what I'm trying to say. So first of all, always look at the big spells. If there is a big spell which is important, try to take that big spell, try to take the lock, try to take the arrows as soon as possible. If there's not a single big spell, try to then take the cards which take advantage of having no big spells in the game, in the Mega Draft. So what is something else I try to look out for? Well, for example, here this opponent is doing a pretty good job at picking cards so far. I feel like Minor Guards, Rascals, especially with Dit boards, is very solid. I think Golden Knight is going to be great against those cards, and I'm looking at a potential Goblins, because Goblins are going to be great against the Miner. Goblins are going to be annoying for him, especially if he does end up picking a small spell like Snowball, Zap. Zap or Snowball doesn't kill the Goblins. Something which is very important in Mega Draft is to not be too predictable with your win condition. Always do look out for the win conditions. For example, here I see Hawk Rider, Royal Hawks, E-Giant, Normal Giant, Graveyard. Honestly, Suspicious Bush is gonna be quite an annoying spell. We need to be careful, or quite an annoying card, because there's not a lot of spells. We need to be careful if he does take that away from us. And he's gonna go in for the Hawk Rider. Okay, I'm definitely gonna pick Nado. Nado is gonna be awesome here. Nado against the Miner, Nado against the Hawk Rider. And I'm thinking about the next card. I'm looking at a potential Royal Hawks as a win condition, but then again, I don't want to be too predictable. I'm looking at a mini P.E.K.K.A, but it's not gonna be great. I think I'm gonna pick Suspicious Bush just to be annoying, guys. I know that he does have Zap, but Zap is not gonna be always in cycle, and Zap is a 2-for-2 trade, which would be good for us to then get more value out of Goblins, or maybe if we do end up picking another bait card. So I'm really looking at those Royal Hawks. Do need to be careful with being too predictable, but I don't really see a counter to them. There's no Mega Knight, there's no Bomb Tower, there's no Fireball, no Bowler. I guess Skeleton King is decent against the Royal Hawks, but I think Royal Hawk is gonna be a really good card for us to pick. I wonder if, okay, he's gonna go with Recruits. I'm still gonna go Royal Hawks, and let's wait a little bit to see what could be our final card, what is gonna be good as a final card right here. I'm looking at a potential Goblin Curse. I'm looking at, I honestly don't really know. This board is kind of strange. I'm looking at an Ice Golem, which could be interesting. Ice Golem with the death damage could be really good. And guys, I think I'm gonna go for the Goblin Curse, especially now with the Skeleton Army. Goblin Curse is gonna be a very good card in certain situations. Honestly, kind of a strange draft. And that is the thing about Mega Draft. Sometimes you're gonna play with cards, sometimes you're gonna play with combinations you honestly would never expect, and it's still gonna end up doing pretty well. Okay, I'm very interested in getting a Magic Archer going here. I think I'm gonna go, okay, never mind. I'm just gonna drop it a little bit lower, especially now seeing that he does go with the guards. I'm gonna have my Nado ready in case he does try and go with a Miner on top of the Magic Archer. For now, he's not. Let's have the Goblins ready. Let's go with Goblins here, and let's have the Nado ready to pull the Hawk Rider towards the King Tower. Do need to be careful here with those skeletons. Let's go with the Goblin Curse just to make sure. And I know that he only has Zap as a spell. He has no way of killing the Magic Archer unless he goes with a Miner on top of it. Royal Hawks here in front of the Magic Archer is gonna be great, because first of all, it's gonna get a little bit of chip damage. Second of all, look at the Magic Archer, guys. It's gonna get so much value, even gonna get some damage onto the left side tower here. Wow, what a great Magic Archer. Okay, Magic Archer is gonna get so much value if he does end up going with his Miner. We have the Zappies ready, and this is just a perfect example of how a strange looking board like the Mega Draft can even turn you into a good deck. Like, as long as you analyze the situation well, if you analyze all the cards. I'm gonna be playing multiple matches in today's video, by the way, to show different situations, different examples. But I think the most important part is always what I said before. Look at the spells, look at the big spells, look at the cards which can take advantage of taking that big spell away. Let's see if we can get a good dash here. I'm not sure if it's gonna dash into the tower, but I'm still gonna go for the dash. Nice, beautiful dash. Let's go with a Magic Archer here in the middle as well. And let's wait a little bit to see. Okay, is he gonna go? Yeah, I was about to say that. Is he gonna go with Miner? Let's go with Goblins here to try and protect the magic archer. He's gonna use the zap. Now we can go with the goblin suspicious bush, excuse me. And let's go with a golden knight here. So I'm gonna have the goblin curse ready. I think he's gonna go with skeleton army. Let's have the goblin curse plus dash ready here. And oh my god, this is gonna be crazy, guys. So many goblins. Look at that suspicious bush connecting. Left side tower is gonna go down. And man, what a good draft we just did. Okay, let's go with royal hawks here as well. I think that the opponent might give up to us. Let's see if he does. Even if he doesn't, I'm just gonna keep up the pressure. Let's go with a dash. Let's go with goblins here. With the royal hawks, as long as we don't lose the tower, and I don't really see how we would lose the tower with such a solid defense we have. We have NATO, we have Zeppies, we have Golden Knight here as well. I think I'm gonna go Zeppies in the middle here. Let's wait a little bit. Let's be ready to protect our magic archer. Beautiful. And let's NATO everything away and then go with our Golden Knight dash just to DPS on everything. Even the Hawk Rider connecting a couple of hits, it's not gonna be tower down, and I think that should be pretty much good game, guys. 18 seconds left in the match. Let's have the Goblin Curse ready. If he does go with his Skeleton Army, which for now he is not, we could go with a Goblin Curse. Let's go with a Magic Archer here to cycle. He might try and go for one more push with the Hawk Rider, but anyways, time is running out, and I think he realizes it as well. So, very good game, very nice draft. And honestly, it's not always the case, but sometimes if playing Mega Draft and you do a really good draft, you have a really solid deck, you kind of can win already before actually playing the game. Like, I don't know how to explain this, but for example, let's say you know that your deck is so solid against his deck. Of course, you still need to play it well, but you can put yourself in a really, really good spot. For example, here, let's quickly analyze the spells. This time around, we have a lot of spells. What is gonna be good? I think poison could be a great option. He might pick poison. If he does pick poison, then I'm gonna probably go for fireball barbell. Okay, he actually goes for the barbell, which I like from him. I think that is not a bad play at all. I'm gonna go with poison, and I'm gonna go with, man, I'm thinking about guards. I'm thinking about Golden Knight. Golden Knight is low-key a really strong card to have as well. I think I'm gonna go with guards for now. Guards is just a really solid troop, especially when there's no arrows. Even arrows don't kill the guards. I feel like guards in general is just solid. I see a royal giant, I see a goblin drill, I see graveyard. There's a lot of win conditions this time around. So let's really focus on the support troops first, and then afterwards we can try and focus on the actual win condition. And Golden Knight is a really good option from him. I like that pick from him, but I think we should be able to play around it as well. It kind of depends. Even though he has barbell, I'm still looking at some cards which could get a lot of value, like Princess, Goblin Barrel, Suspicious Bush. It really depends on what he picks next. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for Princess. I'm gonna go for Suspicious Bush. I really like Suspicious Bush in Mega Draft. I feel like it's one of those spells or one of those cards which can often force out a spell if there's not a good spell in cycle or just in general on the board. It can get a lot of value. And it doesn't necessarily always have to be combined with the Goblin Drill. It can also, or with the Goblin Barrel, it can also be combined with the Goblin Drill. Could even be put in like another deck right here. And okay, I'm very interested in picking minions. And I think Mother Witch is gonna be important as well. So he doesn't pick the Mother Witch. So let's go with minions, let's go with Mother Witch. He's making a graveyard looking deck. So that is also why I picked the Mother Witch, to make sure that he cannot go for the graveyard. And then now we have to pick a solid ground unit, like for example, Monk, Prince, Mini P.E.K.K.A. Even the normal P.E.K.K.A. could be okay. And then we're gonna pick the win condition last. Okay, he goes for the Mini P.E.K.K.A. We do have the guards. I'm really tempted at either Prince, normal P.E.K.K.A., Monk. What could be good here, guys? I'm thinking, I would say that Monk is probably gonna be the best, because Monk can reflect a fireball, Monk can reflect a barbell, it can reflect the cannon card, it can reflect the goblins from the goblin hut. You always need to kind of analyze and think about, okay, what card is gonna get the most value against his deck? Not necessarily your favorite card, not necessarily the strongest card. Maybe Prince in some situations is better than the Monk. In this specific matchup, I would say, okay, so he's gonna go for a giant, which is not a bad thing. What should we pick as a win condition? I'm honestly thinking about graveyard right here. It might be crazy, but he doesn't have that many graveyard counters. So I think graveyard is actually gonna be our best win condition. Maybe our deck was more looking like a Goblin Drill deck. Maybe our deck was more looking like a Goblin Barrel deck, like a Cycle type of deck. We're gonna end up picking graveyard here just because of how his deck doesn't have that many counters against it. So kind of a strange draft right here. Our deck is looking okay, but yeah, definitely not the most meta looking deck. Let's be careful with it. Okay, so we know that he has a beatdown deck. I do kind of wanted to wait for double elixir, but at the same time, I guess we're gonna start off with a monk right here. Don't really wanna wait that much either, knowing that he does have a beatdown deck. Okay, monk right here. We have the guards available. Guards could be a very good play to make sure that the monk stays alive as much as possible. Let's see if we can maybe already go for a graveyard here. I think I'm gonna go for graveyard already, guys. We can go for graveyard. We can go with a monk ability here last second. Monk is gonna tank the tower. It's gonna reflect on top of the goblins. Beautiful. And then the good thing for us is that we have the minions to clean up most of the counter push here. Okay, let's go with a suspicious bush. Let's go with minions on top of everything. He does have fireball. I wonder if he's gonna fireball. No, he's gonna go with a giant instead. I'm pretty sure he has like no elixir right now. I don't think he's gonna have any elixir to support the giant weight. We have the monk and cycle. Look at the suspicious bush on the right side. We can go with a princess on the right side. That is gonna probably force out a berserker. He's not gonna have any elixir left on the left side against the minions, against the monk. He instead goes with a cannon card. Let's quickly go with a monk ability. I wonder if the cannon card dies right there. Does it fully? Yeah, it does fully die to the monk ability. I actually wasn't sure about that interaction. And just like that, we are gonna get so much damage. What a nice princess timing. Okay, we do have to be careful here by spending guards. Maybe thinking about it now, I should have let the berserker be. Okay, luckily he doesn't go with like mini pack at the bridge. Could have been a good play from the opponent if he would have gone mini pack at the bridge. And now I'm gonna go with suspicious bush. I'm telling you guys, suspicious bush, underrated card. It's always annoying. It always forces out some elixir here. He doesn't have the spell cycle. We're gonna force out the what's it called? The goblin hut. Okay, let's go with a Mother Witch up high, trying to create a couple of Royal Hogs. He's gonna go with his mini P.E.K.K.A. Let's go with minions here on top of that. Let's go with a princess here off to the side to take care of hopefully the spear goblins as well. And he is gonna go with his cannon card. Okay, at this point, all we need to do really is just make sure we play solid defense, get like one more good graveyard push going, and then I think that should be pretty much good game. Okay, nice. He's gonna go with his barbell. Let's go with a monk ability here. Let's go with minions on top of that. I think I'm gonna let the Golden Knight be. I know it's gonna dash on top of the tower probably, but I think we still should let it be. Let's wait a little bit. I'm gonna wait for the ability. There you go. Now he pops the ability. Let's then go with the guards and let's go. Should I go Mother Witch? No, I think I'm gonna let it be for now. Okay, knowing that he doesn't have a lot of graveyard counters, let's go in for the graveyard. Let's go in for minions here as well. Let's go with a monk ability, trying to tank a little bit more on top of the tower while the minions, while the guards and the skeletons from the graveyard are there, stacking up, getting damage, and just like that, we are gonna secure us another victory. Let's go, guys. I don't know how to explain it. I hope that everyone is understanding my thought process. I hope that everyone is understanding the way of me like analyzing all the cards, thinking about, okay, what spells are gonna be good, what cards are gonna be good, based on the spells, and then last but not least, the win condition. Always try to pick your win condition last, guys. Why do I say this? Imagine you go, just an example, you pick here Giant, and there's a P.E.K.K.A, there's a Goblin Cage. Like, he's gonna pick all the counters against the Giant. Try to wait until the very last couple of seconds. Okay, Fireball's a really good option from him. I definitely do not dislike it. I see a Goblin Barrel, which could be great. I see a Void Spell, which is gonna be interesting. I think I'm gonna go for the Void Spell myself. Void Spell is low-key a pretty good spell to have. And I think Goblinstein is gonna be great here, because I see a lot of bait type of cards. I feel like Goblinstein is gonna be helpful. I don't really see any other card which is like super important, super helpful to pick. So I'm actually gonna go for the Goblinstein here. Why do I pick the Goblinstein? Because I see some win conditions like Ram Rider. I see quite a lot of bait type of cards. He take away the fireball, so he's definitely gonna get a lot of value with potential troops we need a big spell for, and the Goblinstein ability can kind of act like that ability, or kind of act like that big spell. Okay, let's go for the Fire Spirit. Mainly just to cycle. Let's wait a little bit to see what the opponent could potentially go for. I think I'm gonna go for a Fire Spirit here just to have a little bit of a cheaper cycle, and let's go with a Goblin Cage. So for now, I'm just making like the base of the deck. I'm not really giving away what win condition I would like to play. I'm not really being predictable at all. I'm just trying to pick solid cards, which I think with this current, how do you say, like lineup of cards can do well, and especially against his type of deck, which is looking like some kind of, yeah, fireball bait deck. Okay, he's taking it very serious that he took away the fireball. I don't dislike it, but yeah, I think he might be overdoing it a little bit. Let's wait and see what we can go. I think I'm gonna go Miner. Miner's just a really solid card to have. No small spell. There is a Bowler, but I'm looking at Rascals. Rascals, I think here could be very good for us, especially because of the fact that there's no lock, no arrows, No Barbell. Barbell isn't really great either against them, but you guys are understanding my point. There's no really good spell against the Rescos. All we need to be careful with the Rescos is the Magic Archer though. Magic Archer is pretty good against it. Okay, so what could be our last two cards? What could be our win condition? I'm looking at a potential Goblin Barrel. I'm looking at a potential Wall Breakers. We already have Miner, which is kind of a win condition, but usually with Mega Draft, just the Miner, especially no like Poison or anything to combine the Miner with, you're gonna have to need some kind of secondary win condition. So looking at the Tombstone, looking at the Valkyrie, I'm gonna go for a Goblin Barrel, I think, and then I'm just gonna pick my last card based on his last card. Whenever you are last pick, it is okay to not pick the win condition until the very end. Okay, let's see. I think Bowler here could be a very good card to have. What do you guys think? Bowler, Wizard? I think Bowler is gonna be better. Yeah, let's definitely go for the Bowler. So here, instead of me picking the win condition last, I already picked that secondary win condition before my last pick because I knew that I had the last pick. Very important to then keep a counter card open based on his entire 8 cards. Like, that is such a good thing to do because now you know that he has the Royal Hawks and then you can go for that final pick, which in this case is gonna be the Bowler. Okay, so very interesting match right here. We need to be careful, but I think if we play it well, we do have a really good draft. I kind of like the deck we made, even though it's very strange, but that is honestly what Mega Draft is all about. Strange decks, trying to kind of counterplay, trying to play around your opponents. Oh, I do need to be careful here with the Skeleton Dragon. I played it a little bit too close to the tower, the Bowler, I mean. Should have played oh no, it didn't splash. Okay, I actually thought that it was gonna splash on the tower there. It didn't splash on the tower. Great situation for us. The opponent just went way too aggressive. We can go with a Golden Barrel left side and he's gonna have a hard time defending both the left and the right side tower. I might even be able to get a sneaky Miner here on the right side. Let's see if we can. No, bad Miner. Okay, really bad Miner. I should not have done that. Still should be okay for us though. I don't think he's gonna be able to punish us like that hard since he just went so aggressive, but my Miner definitely wasn't the best. Okay, after making that mistake, I'm just gonna accept the damage on both the left and the right side tower. Sometimes it happens when you make a mistake. Don't over panic. Don't be like, man, what did I do? Don't stress out. Honestly, just play your game and focus on the match, like what is after that mistake. Like, don't focus on the mistake anymore. Okay, let's go with a Goblin Cage here in the middle. He is gonna go with a cannon card. I know that he has Fireball. I kind of want to split the Goblin Stein because if he does want a Fireball, now he's only gonna be able to or hit the Doctor or hit the Stein. So that is a good way of like dividing your troops and trying to get... Okay, we do have to be careful. I think I'm gonna pop my ability here as soon as the Goblin Stein on the right side is close to the cannon card just to get some damage going on top of it. And let's have the Fire Spirit ready just to make sure that does not get close to the tower. Okay, we can go with a Void Spell here. Let's go with a Golden Barrel as well, trying to get some chip damage. Void Spell is low-key a really underrated card, by the way. In Mega Draft especially, Void Spell is so good. It can act killing, I don't know, a swarm type of troops. Like, it can get a lot of value in many different situations. So note that down as well, guys. If you have a Void Spell, don't sleep on the Void Spell. It's actually a really good card to have, like a really good spell to have. Okay, Miner here. I thought that he was gonna do something about those Bowler and Goblin Stein, so that is why I'm gonna pop the ability here. And let's go with a Void Spell directly on top of the Magic Archer. Nice, looking good, guys. Fire Spirit to make sure that the cannon card is not gonna get onto the tower. Let's go with a Goblin Stein here up high. He might go, I was about to say, with something at the bridge there. Let's pop the ability. And Goblin Stein is also a very good card in Mega Draft just because of how its ability can take care of those big pushes. When you don't have a Fireball, when you don't have a Poison, Goblin Stein with its ability can kind of act like that Fireball effect, like that, damage. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for, let's go with a Goblin Barrel Miner play here. I'm gonna go with a Void Spell as well. Miner is gonna tank. That should be a lot of damage onto the tower. Not gonna be quite tower down yet, but slowly but surely chipping away, slowly but surely getting more and more value. Let's go with a Goblin Stein. Wait a little bit on the ability. I'm gonna try and get as much value as possible. Let's go for ability right now, trying to hit the Tombstone, trying to hit the Dragons right there. Let's have the Fire Spirit cycling. Let's go with a Bowler here off to the side as well. I can go with a Goblin Cage just directly on top of everything. Goblin Cage is gonna spawn next to the cannon card and it should be able to get a lot of value. He does have the Magic Archer in cycle, but I'm still gonna go with Rescos up high. Even if he does go with the Magic Archer, should not be able to get too much value. Let's go with a Void Spell. Let's go with a Goblin Barrel. And I think that might be soon game over. Let's see what happens though. Nice, Fire Spirit is gonna jump. Rescos might be able to get a hit. Resco is gonna get one and is gonna get the second shot to finish off the tower. Let's go, guys. I think so far, I don't want to jinx it once again, but I think so far in Mega Draft, I have been undefeated. Like, I'm not joking, since the first match I played in Mega Draft all the way until where we at right now. What are we in the world? Let's see. Okay, only 1,357, so still some work to do. Still some matches to play to get that high rank. Hopefully I can finish really well. Let me know in the comment section down below, what are you guys looking for rank wise? What would you be really happy with on your profile? I would be really happy with anything within the top 100. That would honestly be awesome. Okay, let's focus up. Let's wait and see. I once again do not see a good spell, so I think I'm gonna go for Princess and I'm gonna go for Guards right here. Princess just because there's not a really good spell to take care of her. No lock, no arrows, nothing to really, yeah, kill it instantly. I do see a Void Spell. Void Spell, once again, in my opinion, very underrated card. Void Spell is going to be helpful against the Furnace. Void Spell is going to be helpful in general in certain situations. And I think I'm going to go for the Suspicious Bush. Just to not give something away, we can still go for a lot of different things. There's a lot of different win conditions here as well, but not that many as other times around. We have a Balloon, we have Royal Hawks, we have Batarang, we have Royal Giant. I'm looking at the Royal Giant, which I think could be a very good option. We do need to be very careful still though. Okay, let's see. I think I'm going to go for the Berserker. Berserker is going to be very helpful. 2 elixir cost card, helpful against the Miner, helpful against the Furnace. Just in general, a good meta card. And I'm thinking what could be another good option. Earthquake is not a bad option. Bandit could be really good. I'm gonna go for the Bandit for now, guys, because he didn't pick a single card like Goblins, Goblin Gang. If he does go for something like that, I feel like we might be able to get some value with potential Goblin Curse, depending on what he picks though. And he doesn't really have a good air counter here. We don't have that many air counters either, so we do need to be careful. I think I'm gonna pick Royal Giant. If he goes for Balloon, which might be an option, I'm gonna pick Zeppies. Zeppies are gonna be very helpful against the Balloon right here. Depends on what he picks. I might have an Inferno Tower as well as a good option. Really depends on his last pick. He actually goes for the Bomber, so almost no air counters for him. I wonder what our last pick should be right here. Man, I really don't know. I'm very tempted. I'm gonna try out the Balloon, guys. He does have the Furnace, but I think in certain cycles, if we wait for a good Balloon play, even just at the bridge to bait out the Bomb Tower, to bait out some Elixir, I feel like we can get a lot of value out of it. Okay, knowing that there's no Tornado, very important as well. No Tornado, almost no one is gonna play it in the safe spot. Definitely something to keep in mind, guys. Okay, let's go with the Princess here at the bridge just to be annoying. We're gonna probably force out some type of Elixir. Prince is gonna get quite some damage. Let's have the Bandit ready here towards the left side, and let's go with a Suspicious Bush towards the right side. So don't be afraid of playing multiple cards, which can kind of be as a win condition. Like for example here, we can realistically already go with a Balloon sometime soon. Depends if we can take care of that Furnace. He's gonna have to go like Poison, Snowball. He's gonna have to spend a lot of elixir on this Balloon, guys, because no Furnace in cycle, no Bomb Tower in cycle. He's gonna have an awkward cycle right now. Look at that. He's gonna Snowball, he's gonna Bomber, he's gonna spend a lot of elixir on the left side lane. While spending all this elixir, we can go for a Royal Giant at the bridge. No Goblins in cycle, no Bomber. He's gonna go with a last second Bomb Tower. That is still going to be a lot of damage onto the left side tower with the Balloon, and he's gonna still spend more elixir on the right side. Now we have the Bandit on the left side. Like, do you guys see how we're all the time just playing around his cycle all the time, being annoying? He uses the Snowball. Now he doesn't have the Snowball against the Suspicious Bush. This is just perfect example of knowing your opponent's deck, which you always are gonna know in Mega Draft, and taking advantage of his cycle, taking advantage of the situation. Okay, nice, very good damage on the right side tower right now here as well. Let's be careful. I think I'm gonna, yeah, I was about to say, I think I'm gonna go with Guards here up high, even though he does have the Bomber right there, even though he does have the Golden Knight. I'm still gonna take care of the Golden Knight thanks to it, and let's wait a little bit to see what he's gonna do. So his main damage is the Miner. Miner is not that scary, to be honest. I think we can go with a Royal Giant in the back. If he does pressure us left side lane here, we should be able to take care of it with like the Bandit and maybe something else if necessary. Okay, let's go with a Bandit here towards the left side. Let's wait a little bit to see what the opponent is gonna do next. I'm gonna have the Princess ready here as well. I think I'm just gonna go Void Spell on top of the Bomb Tower. Okay, let's go with a Berserker and let's go with a Balloon here. It's kind of a strange push we are doing right now, but honestly, knowing his deck, I think it's a pretty good play because he's not gonna have like the best air counters in Psycho right now. Okay, Bandit here, he is gonna go with his dash. Let's go with the Princess off to the side. Might have to drop something else here. On top of the troops, let's go with guards and let's have the Berserker ready on the left side. Okay. Let's try and take care of this the best way possible. Void Spell here on defense is gonna be quite important against the Furnace. Goblins are gonna get quite some damage. Nice play from him, and he's actually gonna be in the damage lead right now. Okay, we need to be careful here. Let's go with the Princess at the bridge right side just to be annoying. Try to get some more chip damage. Just have the Berserker ready here towards the left side as well. I'm gonna go with a Naked Balloon at the bridge here. He is gonna go Miner right side. I didn't really understand that Miner, to be honest. I think that's a mistake on his part. Let's go with a Royal Giant at the bridge here right side. We do need to be careful with those Goblins. Let's go with a Princess here as well. And man, this is gonna be a close one, but I think we have a good situation. Nice, Royal Giant is gonna get a lot of damage. How much does the 144? Okay, beautiful. Let's go with a Balloon here. Let's go with a Void Spell as well. Trying to damage the bomb tower, trying to damage the tower here a little bit as well. Okay, Goblins are gonna be... He's panicking hard right now. Wait, did that bomb arrive? No, it didn't arrive. Still a good situation though. Let's go with a Bandit here. Let's try and sneak in a Princess towards the right side. Let's have the guards ready for the Miner. Berserker to block that. Princess is gonna sneak through and is gonna get that final 2 shots necessary to win the match. I don't know, guys. Mega Draft is crazy, I'm telling you. Like, you can pick multiple win conditions. You can pick based on, always very important, based on his deck, based on his cards. Who would have ever thought that Balloon was gonna be good? If you just like look at our deck and not looking at his deck, you're gonna be like, man, Serge, what is that deck? Like, that looks horrible. I know it looked horrible, but it made sense. Like, it actually did make sense. So, okay, let's focus on this last match right here. Once again, not a good small spell. I see a Fireball, which is gonna be very important. I'm definitely gonna pick the Fireball right here, and I'm once again looking at a lot of bait cards. I feel like bait cards in general, especially when there's no spells. I personally love bait, but I feel like in Mega Draft as well, super strong, super good. Okay, so I'm looking at a potential Princess right here. I'm looking at Princess Rascals. It really depends on what he drops, like what he plays. But I think, okay, Rascals really, really good pick from him. I'm definitely gonna take away the Princess then. And I think I'm gonna go... Man, I'm tempted to go with Skelly Barrel. Maybe Fire Spirit first. Fire Spirit is low-key a really good card against Skeleton Barrel, against bait type of cards as well. And Fire Spirit, just to have a quicker cycle, is really good in general in your deck to have. Okay, so no Ghost, no Valkyrie, no Golden Knight. Rascals are gonna be really good, really annoying. We do have the Fireball. I'm looking at potential... Okay, he's gonna go with a Bomber and he's gonna go with a Boss Bandit. I think I'm gonna have to probably pick a Ground Troop. I'm gonna go with Tombstone first. And there is a Goblin Curse, so we need to be very careful with the Goblin Curse. I'm tempted to take away the Goblin Curse from him, but let's first try and pick another solid Ground Troop. I think Giant Skeleton could be really good right here. Giant Skeleton Loki has a lot of HP, can be very good to block the lane against like the Boss Bandit, go on top of the Bomber. He is gonna go Goblin Curse, which was kind of obvious, honestly. That was not a bad play from him. But as long as we don't give him too much value and just have the Tombstone, like imagine we had a Skeleton Army, then I would say yes, we need to be very careful. Just the Tombstone, not really a great card to have the Goblin Curse against, in my opinion. Okay, so this is interesting though. Man, I'm very tempted to pick Skeleton Dragons. I'm very tempted to pick Witch. But then the Witch is not that good because he has Goblin Curse. So I'm gonna go with Skeleton Dragons for now. No Fireball Cycle, no real threat against them. I think they're gonna get a lot of value. And let's wait a little bit and see, okay, what could be another good card? Maybe Goblinstein. Delivery is a really good option as well. I'm gonna go for Delivery here because Delivery Loki is really good against the Rascals. On our side of the field, it can kill the Bomber, it can be good against the Skeleton Barrel, and then we're just gonna need a final win condition here. I'm looking at Royal Hawks, and I'm looking at the Goblin Barrel. I think Goblin Barrel Loki might be a little bit better, because if I go Royal Hawks, he goes Bomb Tower. If I go Goblin Barrel, what is he gonna go? Skeleton Army, maybe. He might go Skeleton Army here. Because another really good counter against Goblin Barrel, I don't really see it. I think he might go for Skeleton Army. But then he doesn't really have a win condition. His win condition is just like Hyper Bait, spamming Being annoying, yeah, he goes wall breaker, so he doesn't really have a real win condition. As long as we don't mess up, I think this should be our game to win. Okay, let's go with Fire Spirit. Very important to keep in mind what cards he's gonna be running. Very important to keep in mind what we need to keep on defense. For example, he has Skeleton Barrel. It's gonna be nice and important for us to keep the Skeleton Dragons in many situations. Let's go with a Princess right here. All we need to be careful about is making sure... Okay, and I think the Princess here is actually gonna be enough already against the Skeleton Barrel. Nice, beautiful. Let's go with a Giant Skeleton here, same lane, and I'm gonna have the Skeleton Dragons ready as well. Okay, let's go with Skeleton Dragons right here. He is gonna have the Boss Bandit in the same lane. He's gonna go for ability, well played by him. He is gonna go with his Rascals. Do I try to fireball that? I don't think so, to be honest. Okay, do need to be careful here with the Boss Bandit. That is scary. He might go for a Goblin Curse, but even if he does get some Goblins, we have the Fire Spirit. Beautiful. Let's go with the Princess here as well. Okay, single elixir is gonna be scary. I think afterwards we should be in a much better situation. Let's go with the Golden Barrel right now. I don't know what his cycle is gonna be. I think he's gonna like snow on his Bomber. Okay, Bomber is a good play, but the Bomber might go down thanks to the Princess. Do I go with Skeleton Dragons? I think I'm gonna have to tank the damage, guys. I know it's gonna be quite some damage, but imagine I go Skeleton Dragons and then afterwards he goes with like Skelly Barrel, a lot of different, exactly, like ways of spamming being annoying. Skeleton Dragons are very key against the Skeleton Barrel here. Okay, beautiful. So damage-wise, we're looking okay. He doesn't have direct damage, so us with the Fireball, we might be able to, in some situation, Fireball cycle him out. Nice. We got one hit with the Skeleton Dragon. That is huge as well. Let's go with the Fire Spirit here to be annoying, to get some more value. He is going to go with his Wall Breakers. That is perfect. And I think I'm going to go Princess Bridge here. Not sure how good of a play that's going to be, but I think it's going to be annoying for him. Beautiful. We force out the Boss Bandit. Nice. Let's go with a Giant Skeleton here. Let's wait a little bit. And I think I'm going to have to go with a Delivery. I'm going to have to try and time it the best I can. Okay, not the best timing. I think we took a little bit of damage, but still good looking counter push right here. We have a Giant Skeleton. We have Skeleton Dragons. He's going to go with Rascals. I knew it. Let's go with a Fireball here as soon as possible. Fireball is going to be great because it's going to allow the Skeleton Dragons and the Giant Skeleton to get closer to the tower. One of the Royal, or the Royal Recruit from Delivery is going to get a connection. And look at that, guys. Giant Skeleton makes it to the tower. I'm telling you guys, don't sleep on my boy Giant Skeleton. Very good card. In certain situations, it's super strong, especially when someone picks a card like Boss Bandit, Prince, something like that. Giant Skeleton can tank and can actually get a lot of value against those troops. Okay, nice. Let's keep all the pressure. Skeleton Dragons towards the right side. Let's go with the Golden Barrel towards the right side here as well. Beautiful value, and also a perfect example of how good it can be to take away the big spell. Like, the fact that the opponent didn't have the big spell, and the only big spell in this draft was the Fireball. Look at the Skeleton Dragons. Skeleton Dragons is just such a strong card, such an annoying card, only because of the fact that we took away the Fireball and he didn't have a big spell anymore. So guys, that is gonna be it for me for today's video. Actually a very good video overall. 5-0, pushing up a lot, almost 2,000 medals, and we are currently 776 in the world. If you guys did enjoy it, please make sure to smack the like button. If not subscribed to the channel yet, feel free to subscribe, and I will see you guys in one of my next videos. Take care, guys.